When do you take vacations?
Never. Oh man, if I told you the non-filmmaking part of my life, you'd stop this interview right now.
Okay, tell me.
You'd be like, I don't take vacations. I mean, all my vacations are all about kind of getting out of the previous film and kind of get, because my films, when my film releases, that's the only time I kind of step out in the public and do promotions, and I believe in doing in kind of I believe in a lot of on ground promotions.
So I'll backtrack a bit.
Yeah,
So the story that I heard
yeah,
was that because of Jawan, whatever the reason, Miss Shetty kind of had a soft opening.
yeah.
And then
Yes.
you hit the ground
Yeah,
and you promoted the hell out of it. And those translated into people slowly coming and realizing, because first, in order to you know to make them realize that such a thing exists and it's actually there, you got to bring the first batch of people inside.
right.
So I heard that you had a huge part to play in the
Right.
PR of that film.
I mean, it's always been my style. It's not just with Miss Shetty. With every film of mine, whenever we end up finishing the film, after that I take inviting the audience to the theaters very seriously. That's something that, because I try to uh, leave no stone unturned in making sure that everybody knows that the film is coming, and everybody knows what the film is about, and everybody knows the reviews of the film. Uh, this is something that started with Agent actually, because
Okay.
during Agent we didn't have a marketing budget. Like I said, the entire film was shot on a budget where it would not even be someone's song cost, you know. So necessity is the mother of inventions, like they say. So we had to think innovatively on how do we impress the audience, how do we make sure we're heard in this entire noise, because every Friday there's at least 3 4 films releasing. So how will people know that your film is coming out? So we had to think innovatively. I started this thing of doing sketches to promote films, and that really caught on. So with Miss Shetty also, it was not something that I wanted to do only for Miss Shetty. It was just a part of how I market films. And thankfully, with Miss Shetty, even though the opening was slow, like I said, once the audience buys that first ticket and they see the film, after that they carry the film.
So the reason I ask you the vacation question is because you're not just an actor. You write, you sing, you dance.
Bhimavaram Balama, plug in for the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do all these things. Like you're not just like sitting there in your caravan waiting for.
I've never been to my caravan.
Yeah. So, like with all this going on, so this gets over, and Anagaraga Raju gets over, and then you're going to maybe have a brief break, and then you're going to get into writing the next thing, and
Yes.
and like that's going to take maybe a couple of years or whatever it is.
Right.
So that's why I was asking, what do you do in that break? Like, what do you like?
There is a way I can take a vacation if all of India's writers are watching. As soon as Raju is over, if you guys watch Anaganaga Raju and you like it, then please come to me with a finished script so that I don't have to put on the writer's hat and I can just go on a nice vacation, come back. Because somebody asked me, what's your dream project? My dream project is a project where I read a bound script and I'm like, this is it. I can just go to set as an actor, perform my character, and go away.
Okay.
You know, that's my dream project. Because honestly speaking, finding a very good story, a very well written script, is easier said than done. And we have phenomenal talent in India. But if you see every year in every industry, there are 2 3 films that come out which are which kind of really make an impact. Or
If
which,
that.
yeah, sorry.
If that.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah.
So my hunt is always for those 2 3 scripts of that year. You know, I'm trying to find that, and there's so many heroes. There are so many actors, right? Like there are so many actors. So the right script coming to you has factors beyond your control. Like imagine if a script goes to a producer, he might have dates of another actor, right? So he will probably take that script to that actor. Then there are agencies. Let's say an agency gets a script, whoever is on their roster, they will attach that script to that person. right? So you might not be on their roster. So there are so many factors that decide whether a script comes to you. So I decided very early on in my life, after my YouTube days, that I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to wait for that phone to ring. I'm not going to wait for a director to call and say, "Hey, this is the script," that, because that waiting really frustrates you. You know, you don't, you want to do something with your time, and you want your audience to see your skills as quickly as possible. So that's when I decided that I'm also going to be a part of the writing process, so that I can kind of bring stories that I am excited about, while also keeping an eye on other exciting filmmakers and stories. So whenever I get that, I am open to take a vacation. But when I'm right, generally my process with vacations is, once the film is done and it's served its purpose and people have enjoyed it, I completely delete it from my mind. It's back to zero. Like everything is, it's like a, it's like a format,
Like a
or
reset button.
it's a factory reset.
Yeah.
It's done. After a film is done, I'm back to the same guy auditioning in Bombay. I'm back to the same guy that was looking for the big break in movies. I'm back to that guy. I'm that guy. And now I'm like looking for, what is my next story? What script should I do next? And then I travel. I meet a lot of people. Traveling is something that I love. It really helps
Do
me.
you travel alone?
I like traveling alone. I love traveling alone.